People tend to think pretty highly of themselves. By nature, we view things from our perspective and make judgments based on our desires. It's also very easy for us to find problems and mistakes in others. However, we're not very good at seeing the issues in our own lives. What we are good at is justifying the things that we do. We have the remarkable ability of making anything seem right to us as long as it fits in with our motives. Because of this, our concept of right and wrong is skewed. It is dependent on what we feel is best for us. So in other words, our judgment will always be off. Because we're so busy justifying ourselves, we're incapable of passing sound judgment using our own wisdom and abilities. Paul presents this truth in Romans. Only true and righteous judgment comes from God. What this also reveals is that none of us have the right to judge. None of us are more or less deserving of God's wrath. We are all fallen and in need of God's grace. The gospel forces us to look outside of ourselves. It calls us to seek God's judgment as opposed to our own. This is hard for us because it reveals the sin and the imperfections in our lives as well as in others. Witnessing God's grace in our lives should not make us view ourselves more highly than others, but rather push us towards conviction and repentance. Understanding the righteous judgment of God reveals the need that we had for conviction. It also shows the sinful state that we are all in. We must be led in righteousness. We cannot hope to attain it on our own. When we throw away our pride and acknowledge God's perfect judgment, sin will not only be revealed, it will be defeated in our lives. Realizing God's judgment as the only true judgment will transform our lives and give us a greater understanding of the gospel.